What's up, guys? Piper here, bringing me doing some Silver Shard Mines action. I love getting into a BG and holy shit, Alliance. Guys, what are you doing? Oh my god, the entire Alliance had just come to fucking this. Oh my god. There's a healer at the back there. I'm gonna try and get on immediately. I'm scared though. Their whole team is here. Holy shit! Usually when that happens, it shows you that they're not actually bots, because bots in this map go straight to the top card. So this should be a good game. But the topic I wanted to talk about today. Well, first things first, I wanted to say that I just got into this BG. A guy called Renak. I don't know how to say your name, dude. Jesus Christ! He starts talking to me because he's seen my videos. It's like I love just coming in and having a conversation with a random person just because they know who I am. It's fucking amazing. I love it. But in this video, I want to talk about today is a topic someone else asked me to talk about over Facebook, which is how did you get into PvP, because I have said multiple times that I used to PvE and that used to be what I did, and pretty much all I ever did. So I thought I'd mention how I actually got into PvP and how I started to enjoy it, which was, it's pretty simple. I PvE'd exclusively in probably all of BC and most of Wrath. Like probably about 85%. But in BC, I did Arena. And when I did Arena, I liked it because I did it with a friend who I enjoyed doing it with. I have to get the fuck out of here. I think I have this card. You guys can have this card. Good lord. No thank you. I don't want to deal with that shit. Good god. I'm going to try and get top card. Maybe. Am I going to be able to get there in time? I'm not too sure here. If I could mount up, maybe. I'm not going to make that, am I? Let's go up there anyway, just to see how many people were up here and how many people we're dealing with. Because Renak is actually up here. So I did Arena. Once I finished doing Arena, I decided, like, nah. I want to PvE a bit more, and that's when I started doing Karazhan, and I loved Karazhan so fucking much. Oh my god, I love Karazhan. I don't know if I just saw a rogue or not. And once I fucking started doing Karazhan and stuff like that, I was like, this is something I need to do continuously, because Randy is fucking Funzors, and that rogue literally just attacked one of his splits. I can't believe what I just saw. And I'm like, dude, this is fucking, like, this is amazing. Karazhan was the shit. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And that's how I got into raiding. And not only that, I had a really good guild where they were basically, I played on an Australian time in the afternoon, and these guys were late night American players. Like they played really late in, like, for them it's like 4 to 5 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, you know, this is perfect. This is perfect for me. So I played with these American guys, and it was some of the funnest stuff I've ever done in WoW. Honestly, was raiding Karazhan with these guys, because they just talked absolute. There's a bunch of guys in the military, in the U.S. military, and they talked the most shit. I was like fucking 13 at the time, just listening to these guys talk the most shit in existence, and it was so fun. It was the funnest thing ever. But alas, I actually had stopped playing WoW for a little bit, because this is at the same time when my dad like moved away, so I had no access to even like a PC that could play WoW. When I got back, the guild wasn't there anymore. You know, just had a few, like, it was like a skeletal guild, you know, like I had like a few members left in it. No one raided anymore. The guys in the army got posted somewhere or something. You know, basically just I went away, and when I got back, it was all over. So I tried to find another guild and couldn't. And that was pretty much the end of raiding for me in BC. But then when Wrath came out, I met the current friends that I still talk to this day, like real life friends, who they don't live anywhere near me, but I just know them like from WoW, and like have like talked to them in real life on a regular basis. I'm good friends with these guys. In Wrath, it was the start of Wrath, and they actually introduced me to a guild called Prophets of Agony, I think it was called. And Prophets of Agony were a raiding guild, and mainly did well, Nax. Nax, I think, was the first raid, yeah? Yeah, but well, either way, that's what I raided. I did Nax, and I enjoyed the shit out of Nax. Nax was fantastic. Again, I got that same experience of, like, I'm raiding with friends, and it was fucking awesome. I, like, really enjoyed it. No one really got too butthurt. And then, all of a sudden, I started PvPing a lot with these two guys. And these two guys that all got me into PvE started PvPing with me, and I was okay at it. I just was, I think I was playing a healer, so even if I wasn't, actually I'm gonna stay there because that guy's leaving. Even if I was bad at it, I was a healer, so it was like no one really gave a shit. And then also I had a Frost Mage that was maxed out, so level 80. And Frost Mages, again, Frost Mages pretty much any given time during an expansion or a patch are good. Like Frost Mage, if you want something safe that's not gonna get nerfed into the ground ever, Frost Mage. Like their mages are always good. It's like the opposite of Warriors. Warriors go from being the worst thing you don't want to play to the best thing to the worst thing to the best thing. I don't know why it happens. Like, it's just, for some reason, Blizz can't find that balance for Warriors. But with Mages, it's like the Mage is always there. It's always a good class. And you always, it's mainly because you have that CC, you have the survivability, and you have that damage, always. But I start PvPing on the Mage and on the healer, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And then something happens where the guild disbands. I don't know what happened. Like, the guild leader left. I don't know what it is with guilds. One of the main reasons I stopped raiding is because of this drama. There's just drama with guilds all over the place. And people, like, eventually they'll fight. Someone got gear that the other person wanted to get gear. I remember Betrayer of Humanity, I think it's called, the axe. I think it's from the end of Nax, the big two-handed axe. And that thing got fought over ridiculously. Everyone was, I didn't even need it. It's just happening in the guild. People are mad. And then they start using these weird DKP points. And people arguing about it. They have more points. They should get the piece. The guild leader says this guy does more damage. It's a shit fight. Just everything turns into a shit fight with raiding. And then the guild disbands. I joined another guild with one of my friends, but this guild is nothing like the other ones I've ever been in. It's like, it's almost it's professional, for lack of a better word. Like, they go in, they raid, they do the bosses. If you fuck up, you're out. They'll replace you. Done. Like, that's it. And it was so unenjoyable that I just was like, ugh, like, for some raiding in that environment of like, it's always like work. Like, I've come to work, guys. Here I am. Okay, this is my rotation. I know what I'm doing. And the Skype talk or the vent talk at the time was so like mathematical and unfucking like emotional that it was just like, okay, guys, now this is happening, and it's just the guild leader who's talking. It's just the raid leader, and if anyone else speaks that isn't the raid leader, he's like, hey, mute your mics, everyone mute your mics, no talking during the boss fights, please, blah blah blah. It's like, it's really weird. So I couldn't stand that. And because I couldn't stand that, I pretty much just stopped raiding. I stopped raiding at all. And once I stopped raiding, I was like, well, what am I going to do? I still want to play WoW. I still have these friends I want to play with. I'll get into PvP. And that's when I started PvPing heavily on my my Frost Mage and doing a lot of work. Unfortunately, this is around the same time that I stopped, was getting to the end of Wrath. So the last thing I ever raided was Ulduar. And Ulduar was the one where I did it with like the super serial guild, and I was like, this is not fun. This is not fun for anyone. So I stopped, and then after Ulduar, I kind of stopped playing. I did a bit of PvP, and I liked the PvP, but the problem is I wanted to PvP with my friends who weren't on all the time, or they would still be raiding. So it was almost like, hey, I'm on, guys. You want to PvP? They're like, no, we got to raid. I was like playing for like, I'd be online for like 4 hours and actually PvP for like 30 minutes. And I was just getting bored of it, and I was like, ugh, like I just didn't want to deal with it. So eventually I stopped playing. And that's when I didn't play the end of Wrath. I didn't play Cataclysm, and then at the end of Cataclysm, I made an account and I made a hunter. Got the hunter up, which is Piper, by the way. Got Piper up, who is a human hunter on, I think he was on Frostmourne. He might not have been on Frostmourne. I think he might have been on Jubithos. Human hunter on Jubithos. Leveled up with my friends again because they also stopped playing for Cataclysm. Got to level 85. I PvP'd a bunch. Liked it. I'm like, yeah, this is good. But then stopped again because I hate feeling like I'm behind, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to start at the end of an expansion and be like, I'm behind everyone now. So I PvP'd and liked it, but I was like, I'm just going to wait for the next expansion, and then I'll get into it. And that's exactly what I did. I let my sub run out, waited for fucking the next one to come in, and as soon as it came in, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Got onto Panda. He's going to fucking try and fear me. It's not going to work, dude. Got onto the Panda land, and I'm like, this is fucking legit. Level my hunter. I was going to turn evil again, so I'm just going to trap him here. You're not going to turn me evil, dude. It's just not going to happen. Why did I just not put down traps? What's going on here? My traps on cooldown? Oh, I put down traps earlier. Jesus Christ. Dude, it's fucking turn evil me now, but I got the card, so it's all good. Is this a healer? Am I really on 1v1 a healer right now? God damn. So I came back in Mr. Pandora, and that's the first time I've like been a PvPer. That's like all I do is PvP. And don't get me wrong, I do looking for raid and stuff, but I don't consider looking for raid PvE. It's almost like you're playing WoW on rails, almost. You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to see the content. You're going to just look at stuff, and like obviously you can use it as a way to get into guilds. It's like, oh, I have full raid finder gear, therefore I can get into a guild. Like, I've done that stuff, but I've never actively looked for a guild to join the PvE in whatsoever. I just solely PvP. And to be honest, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I don't feel like I'm missing out. Like, I've looked at like especially when I look at the new raids and stuff like that, and they don't appeal to me as much as the old ones. Like, Nax was super appealing. Ulduar was like, even though I was with a shitty guild, I just killed that guy for 120k. Even though Ulduar was like, I did with the shitty guild, I enjoyed that place a lot just because of the way it like looked, the way it was. Just the whole Ulduar experience was awesome to me. I liked it, but I couldn't deal with that shitty guild stuff. And then I got into PvP, and it was fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Not to mention, like, I always had these, like, my best memory of WoW is, I might make another video about this, but my best memory of WoW is Goldshire Roof. And if you don't know what Goldshire Roof is, back before there were flying mounts, so back before, like, in Wrath of the Lich King, you couldn't fly in Azeroth. So what I would do with a lot of my friends on Horde was you'd go and you'd jump up into Goldshire Roof using a mailbox. And once you were on Goldshire Roof, I would just stay up there for literally hours with my buddies, and we just all fucking kill Alliance from the roof. I'd be either on a healer or a mage, and they'd all be like, you know, I had a buddy who was a DK and I had a buddy who's a warrior, so they'd stand on the bottom just killing people, and I'd stand on the roof just raining fucking fireballs down, like, or healing them. And it was literally like the most fun I've ever had in WoW was Gold Shadow Roof. And then they took it away with flying mounts. I mean, obviously, I kind of guess we were exploiting a glitch because I was using the roof to mean that I was out of trouble and I wasn't going to be in danger. But either way, I love that shit so much. I miss Gold Shadow Roof a lot. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys.